Yo, what up? It's your boy Ron P back with another exclusive interview. Got my man in the building. Y'all give it up one time for G Rockwell.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Hola.
What's going on, bro?
Not much. Just glad to be here, you know?
Yeah. Appreciate you being on the show. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all go over to flavorandfire.com. Go over there, order up a bunch of stuff. Use my discount code RonpTv20 and save 20% on your order. All right, go over there and tell them Ron P sent you. And yeah, man, you like hot sauce?
Absolutely.
You like spicy food?
I like buffalo specifically, you know, and I tell you what, you can't get me away from the buffalo chicken wings. It's part of my favorite things in life.
In life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I could give up burgers and tacos, but not chicken wings.
Cause see, the company that I'm partnered with, they make hot sauces and salsa, seasoning, spices, all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to get you some for your buffalo wings.
I'm with it.
For sure, I got you, bro. I got you.
I'm with it.
Nah, man. So what's been going on with you, man? I want to say first of all, I'm a fan of what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've been following you for a while. I've been, I'm the guy that if somebody's making noise, I need to know who this is.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've been following you for a minute, man, and you've been working hard.
Thank you. Yeah, so lately I've been focusing a lot about G Rockwell, you know. So I have a rap group, Lethal Brand, and we spent a few years doing some Lethal Brand focused things, and then kind of reeled it back and dove into the G Rockwell.
Okay, well, here at RonpTv, we don't like strangers, so I gotta have the people get to know you.
Okay.
I want to get to know you.
Absolutely.
First question I want to know is how how long have you been doing music?
Tricky question, because I'm only like really 24, but I've been doing music for 24 years.
Okay.
So I'm totally joking. I'm actually 43, but I've been doing music for about 25 years. I'd say I started, my first instrument was the drums at 11.
Oh, you play instrument?
Yeah, I play drums, bass, guitar, a little bit of keyboard. Don't try to put me on the spot with the keyboard.
We got a keyboard right over there.
See, I knew.
Okay, all right. So, when you first started doing music, was it rap?
No, my first introduction to music overall. So my parents were in a rock and roll band together, and so they would have practice in the living room, and I promise you, I would go to bed at like 9, 10 o'clock, and practice wouldn't get over till well after midnight. I would sleep through John Cougar Mellencamp and
Okay.
all the top 40 greatest. But when I was about 8 years old, a friend of mine taught me how to beatbox.
Okay.
And I was introduced to Grand Puba and Run DMC. And my first love with music was hip hop.
Okay. So you say who is? I know you said Grand Puba and Run DMC and stuff, but like who is some other artists that like made you really want to pursue being a rapper?
Cool G Rap.
Cool G Rap. Okay.
Redman. Definitely the whole Wu-Tang, obviously. I'm a big East Coast hip-hop fan. Love Nas.
I could tell that.
MF Doom. We can dig in the crates. I like some West Coast things as well. You know, I like my Spice One. Big fan of E40 and all that. So I do keep it thorough. But first love, I'd say overall, it was like the East Coast hip hop. A lot of MF Doom, Wu-Tang, Cool G Rap, Mobb Deep.
See, and that's one thing that made me gravitate to your music because I come from that era. You know what I mean? Like where bars mattered.
Ooh, yes.
So, I listened to everything, but like when I was stumbling across your music, I noticed that you had that kind of sound, like a East Coast sound, like more of, You're not afraid to still drop punchlines and metaphors.
Do you hear that, kids?
You know what I'm saying? And it was like a breath of fresh air because you
Uh,
don't hear it too much because we live in a generation where you just rhyme words and that's it. Like so, when I was listening to your music and I was going through your Instagram, I'm like, yo, I need to connect with him. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. Appreciate
Yeah, yeah. So, um, okay. So you say you round 8. That's when you kind of got introduced to hip hop and stuff. What age did you like? Yo, I know I want to be a rapper. Like this is what I want to do. What age did that come?
I think it was 13, maybe 12. I used to walk to fourth grade with a few friends of mine, and we would all try to freestyle.
Mm,
And that was quite a while ago, but out of, there was only a few of us that could actually keep the freestyle going.
mm-hmm.
And then from the freestyle, uh, why don't we try to write a song? Why don't we try to find a beat? Why don't we try to make a beat? And then here we are with the little Casio keyboards.
Mm,
Beep 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 beep. So I mean, from the basics and the basement is where I came from, and I'd say it was about 13 that I really said I would like to become a rapper.
mm,
So I've always had the hip hop in my bag. Not to say that after that, I played in a few bands too. So I had a band that I was in as a teenager where we played like, punk rock, rock and roll. Um, but, a lot of that for me was also hip hop based
mm.
because I was the singer, bass player of the band. So we always had that hip hop flavor before, and obviously we're a local band, but this is way before Limp Bizkit or
Right. Yeah.
even like early Corn days when they were doing songs with Ice Cube.
Right. Right. Speaking of that, I always wanted to do that, like how Jay did with Linkin Park, or
That was fire.
yeah. I always wanted to do that. I never got to execute that. Which, speaking to existence, yeah, it's gonna happen.
We might be able to do that.
We might be able to do that. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
So what you working on these days, man? What's in the work these days?
So currently, I don't know if for all the viewers out there, if you follow me, G Rockwell underscore or G underscore Rockwell 24 Instagram, and then G Rockwell on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I'm putting out a series of singles right now.
A series.
Yes,
Okay.
that will develop into an album.
Okay. Wait. So are these singles gonna be the songs that's on the album, or are you just dropping songs to?
Yeah, so I'm going to do something that all the kids are doing, They're waterfall dropping their singles.
Mm,
But I see it's a little confusing to some of these kids or most artists overall. I think, we need some mentorship for some of these folks or myself too. But what I've created with this pass was a series of songs that all pertain to each other, and then similar artwork for each single. So every time a single comes out, I keep the artwork close
mm,
so it has that same flavor and bite. And then the music as well. And then I think I'm going to go about 5 songs deep
mm.
and then add about 4 or 5 more and deliver
So,
the album.
so let me get so it sounds like all of these songs. It's like after you put all of these pieces of the puzzle together, it's gonna be like one big like story type. Like are all of the singles I'm saying like entwined one way or another with each other?
Pretty close. I have about 3 different main areas that I have been for all of my music geeks out there. I like to go real hip hop. I dabble with that little rock and roll,
Mm,
and I don't mind pushing the boundaries. So, uh, music as a whole um, can be broke down to probably love, right?
okay.
So all of that is at the essence of this album, and it's told from those different perspectives. So, the hip hop perspective, uh, the emotional perspective,
Okay.
which would be, um, you have a lot of, for instance, you got a lot of yelling and complaining with hip hop. A lot of kids are sitting back and yelling at the microphone about all the bad things that happen in life. And I understand that. And that's good. Um, so that is incorporated, but at a certain level.
Okay.
Not at the full level that would deter you or be distasteful.
Right. I see, and it's like the way you explaining it. I'm visioning, and I'm hoping that I'm on the same page. But now it's just like, now I gotta hear the music.
Ooh.
Now I gotta hear the music.
That's where we're at with all of this.
That's where we at. Now, what's the name of the project that you're gonna put out? Like the
So I have a couple of ideas with the album name. Um, if you were if you study ancient Greek mythology,
are we going there? Okay.
you'd be an adept to learn of a fella named Homer.
Not Simpson.
Not Simpson.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so he came up with the theory of forms,
Okay.
and it's an explanation of life and your perspective on it. And that's what I was gonna name the album.
Okay. That's deep.
For sure.
Okay. Wait, that's what you was going to name it, or that's what it is?
That's what the working title is right now. I
Okay.
do have a couple other, but that is probably
Where you
going
gonna
to
lean?
stick. But if it does change, it's along that same vein.
Let me ask you this, man, because you just dropped, you dropping some knowledge that's deeper than rap.
Word.
When somebody listens to G Rockwell, what are they going to take from that? What are they going to take from your music and you as an artist?
Overall, genuine person. So lately, the last 3 songs have been energetic, which is my bass component, and happiness, energy and happiness. But the next single I drop is going to take you into the past, where we go into the personal things that happened to me, my explanation of who I am, where I'm from, and all the things that make me who I am. And then we start getting into some music that is entertaining, but also deep and meaningful. So after you listen to G Rockwell, I would like, I hope that the listener could say, that's a real motherfucker right there.
Right.
But I'll leave that up to the listener.